Okay guys, so as you saw, well you will see when you see the video when I put them up, we found the Grenadier, and now we're at Hyde Park, and then you've got Kensington Gardens on this side. So let me think, I'm just trying to think. Right, so as I suspected, Victoria's behind me. That'd be the easiest way on for me, essentially, rather than going all the way back across London. So that would be easier for me. So that's what I'll do, but I'm going to have a little wander. We'll just have a little wander this way. So this is Hyde Park Corner. This is the famous corner. I'm not sure exactly where Speaker's Corner actually is, because there's a bit that's called Speaker's Corner. So you see there's a massive big sort of gate thing there as well. Believe it or not, I think we're actually still inside the park, even though they've got this actual road in the middle of it, because there's the other set of gates there, look. So this road, even though it's a road essentially with traffic and what have you, I think it essentially goes through the park. So, you know, even though it looks like just like any other sort of main road, like I say, it goes through the park. Right, okay, so, right, like I said, the direction I really need to be going in, great, sun's behind us, that's handy. The sun would be after you that way, wouldn't it? So, yeah, basically we want to go back that way. That's the way we want to go, because that takes me to Victoria, and then from Victoria I can walk straight down what's the name, Vauxhall Bridge Road, straight over Vauxhall Bridge, then through Vauxhall, and then on to Brixton eventually. So it'll probably take me about an hour, I guess, something like that. I'm not sure exactly, depending on how fast I walk. God blimey, you see, that's the trouble having the sun behind me. Makes it really difficult to, you know, you tend to go into darkness at times. Right, anyway, this is where all the concerts are held as well. You know, Hyde Park's famous for all its sort of music and all the rest of it. So yeah, this is Hyde Park. As you can see, it's quite a large expanse of greenery, right slap bang in the centre of London, essentially. So yeah, there we go. Now, like I say, I must admit, I am now starting to feel extremely tired. I've got no food in the house. I've got some biscuits, and I can make myself a nice cup of tea. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm looking forward to that, because you see how dark I was then. That's because the sun's behind me. Now it's in front of me. I'm behind the camera. Right, so I guess I'm going to make this the last vlog. I was thinking of having a little wander around, but you know, the thing is, my legs are aching now. They're really starting to hurt, and I'm feeling really, really tired. And although it's still a fairly nice day, you know, it's still a bit chilly, and the wind's picking up a little bit, but it's not much. But you know, it is getting on. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now, and all the skies are still clear, and like I say, there's still a bit of sun out. It was trying to rain earlier on, but like I said, I've had it. I've had enough. I'm tired. I am exhausted. So anyway, at least we found the pub eventually. Took some doing, took some flipping. It turned into a mission, turned into a right mission, but still. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now, that because I also realised as I was walking around here earlier on that I've not investigated this part of London very much, particularly with the camera, more so with the camera. I mean, I have been around here a good few years ago. I have been in Hyde Park a few times, but that was early on in my sort of, you know, my staying in London, living in London. That was in the early part of it. So, you know, like I say, it's 13 years now, maybe going on 14 years since I've lived in London, and it's only in the early part of London since I was last here in Hyde Park. So I haven't done Hyde Park for a long time, and like I say, definitely not with the camera. And all around this sort of, you know, this is Knightsbridge, can't say that blinking word, Belgravia, Knightsbridge, sort of a very exclusive, very posh sort of area. Like I say, you know, it's well-to-do, lots of money and what have you. And as you can see, I love these avenue of trees. I must admit I do. I love those avenue of trees, and I love the way the light's catching it right now. I really like that. That's really cool. And it's me. I must admit, even though as tired as I am, I do feel sorely tempted just to have a little wander down there, because it looks so nice. Even in the winter without the leaves and stuff. And winter's not my favourite time of the year, believe me. I hate the cold and the wet and what have you, but that's nice. I like that. I love the way the light is capturing those trees and the different shades of light and dark. But again, that's the artist in me, you see. I can't help it. It's just that I love that. That's really nice. I love that perspective. I love the way the trees just disappear down into a perspective like that. And you know, I like avenues of trees. There's something about it. See, I feel drawn to it. I can't help it. I feel drawn. I love perspective like that. That's really cool. And because also you don't really get a lot of that in London, because it's so built up and so, you know, what's the name, that to get a nice expanse of distance like that you don't often get. Do you know what I mean? You do in some instances, especially if you're on a particularly straight street that just goes straight down, you know, then sometimes you can still get, but it's not quite the same. Well, I don't think so anyway. I mean, yeah, some people might find that nice to look at, and yeah, sometimes it can be. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think you can beat a perspective like that with a, you know, rows of trees either side of you. I think that's really nice. There's something really nice about it. I don't know what. I don't know why. I just feel so drawn to it. Love. I don't know. It makes me feel calm and serene for some reason. Just love the way the colour and the light's catching on the trees like that. I really love that. It's really nice. Wow. Oh man, that is cool. That is so cool. Oh. Like I say though, I must admit, I really don't fancy walking all the way down there, because I'm going to have to come back this way. I mean, I can probably get home going that way as well. Just probably means more convoluted and a longer route, essentially. It's a lot easier and a lot simpler for me to go back the way we've just come. But like I say, I do feel very drawn to that. Wow. You know, I think that's the most peace and serenity I've had in quite some time. Just looking at that, just absorbing it and taking it in, and just allowing my imagination and my mind just to drift like a cloud for a moment or two, just looking at that. That's really nice. Wow. See, I think that's the thing in it sometimes. I mean, that's why I think the Victorians were very clever and very insightful in that sense, that they knew that these sort of areas were of great value, especially when you lived in a major sort of city, you know what I mean? When you live in a big city like London or wherever it might be, you know what I mean? That you know, the Victorians appreciated and understood that you need this kind of space at times, because you know the thing is, I guess it's a sort of breath of fresh air in a way. It's a sort of alleviates all that you know, the stress and what have you sort of thing, you know. You know, when it's really busy and you're running around like a blue-arsed whatever, do you know what I mean, and the traffic and the noise and all the rest of it sort of thing, that you know, to come into a space like this, you know, they knew the value of it, and that's why I'm glad they never really you know, because I can imagine that, because you know, the real estate in London, it's worth a fortune, man. And you know, any you know, developer, if they can get their hands on any space in London, man, they'll grab it with both hands. You know what I mean? And you can imagine that if, I mean, it'd never happen. I'm fairly sure. that it would never happen, especially not in my lifetime anyway, but I mean, I don't think it'd ever happen necessarily. At least I don't think so. But who knows what the future holds. But you know, they'd never get rid of these spaces. They would never allow people to build on it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's still actually a royal park. I think it's a royal park, this, so I think it's owned by the royal family. I think. I'm not 100% certain, to be quite honest, but I think it is essentially. I don't think it's necessarily a public park in that sense, but I'm not sure. Like I say, I don't know the ins and outs of these things, but suffice to say, I think it is classed as a royal park. And the thing is that, you know, whilst there's no way that it would ever fall into the hands of developers or anything like that. There's just no way it'd happen, not in a million years. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, you can imagine what, you know, how fiercely it would be protected if any of that was ever suggested. You know what I mean? It would be fiercely protected, because it, you know, you need this. Like I say, just for a few moments there, you know, staring at those trees, looking at that avenue of trees, and the way the light is catching on it, it's just so, you know, de-stressing. Actually, it really de-stressed me for a minute or two there. It really did. But my mind's now turned to the fact that I've got to shut this vlog off because it's going on way too long, and I'm just waffling about nothing, and I really need to get home. So, okay guys, catch you later. Bye for now. Bye. Oh, actually, sorry, just before I do, I'll give you one parting shot, last shot of that beautiful muse of muse. Oh, got muses on the brain now. I mean, that avenue of trees, I should say, is what I was trying to say. So I'll get more sort of centralised, so we can try and get a nice perspective of all those trees disappearing into the distance. The lampposts kind of spoil it a little bit, actually, because they're right in the middle of the shot. And I wanted more of the natural forms rather than the man-made forms, but still, I guess, kind of divides it up into two halves in a way. So, but yeah, that's a nice perspective. Right, okay guys, definitely shutting the vlog off now. So, from a sunny London, which is rather cold, but it's nice in the sun actually. It's quite nice and warm in the sun. Catch you guys later. Bye for now.